us here.
Yeah.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a. I would call a.
Wait, what does this do?
I
What
wish
would
I
this
was
do?
like 6'9". This is a mic. What do you mean? What does it do?
Well, it will just make your voice louder.
Huh?
Just make your voice.
Taller. 6 foot and taller. I wish it was taller.
How do you do
Caller. I wish I had a. With a 6 foot and taller. Laughed at. She looks fly. She looks fly.
Well, you're the only one that
But
thinks it's
taller. I wish I was a baller. Caller. I wish I had a rabbit in it. All right, time to go to bed. Thank you. Wish I was a baller. Wish. I wish. I wish. I wish. I wish. I thought that would be live. That's crazy. All right. Boys to men. Da, 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 da. Whoever's in here, it must be one of my lurkers. I got a few lurkers that hang out and they come make sure that they snitch on me. So what's up to you? Hope the lurking suits you. Kicking it just for you. All right, I could party with that all night, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna make something happen in here. Um, I got some topics. Had a day, and we'll try to get there. Usually, I don't know if this is a little. I don't think this is early, but usually, we have some friends, kind of the same crew, the stream team that comes around. And so if you're new here, um, do the standard stuff. I think the poll for me is the most. Um, that's the best way to help to contribute to the stream. Other people might say, like and share and subscribe and all that. In the end, it'd be nice to have a good conversation. Um, I have been posting content more frequently, and I've been seeing a lot of evidence, the evidence that I've been looking for. So, be nice to discuss that. Let's see what the title of the stream is, because by the time when I schedule the stream, by the time I actually get on the stream, I might feel 100% different. Um, so the title of the stream is "You either have the tools or the permission." Open studio. Okay.
Ready or not, nah, 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 nah.
So whoever's in there, if you're hanging out, if you could just, I know you don't want to out yourself in the chat. Okay, you probably did take the poll, so we'll see what it is. We'll see if we get some vibes back. But I don't want to get started, then I have to keep repeating myself and all of that. So, I'm trying not to go to my party screen, but it is what it is. Working through the motions. That's kind of what's going on. If I had to say that if I felt up to streaming or not, it would be a skippable night. But you just got to keep working through it, and it is what it is. Last night we had a pretty good stream for Sunday. We had a really good stream for Sunday, actually. And today I did some things leading up to stream that I thought would have an impact on the numbers, but that remains to be seen. So I'll just as far as I can tell, I'm doing the same thing I always do. So I'll just resort to I'll stay in my music vibe, and we'll see where that goes. I know what's going to end up happening is we're going to get this nice size spike at that one point, and people are going to see me pretty much doing my own thing. They can be like, he kind of want to, he probably just want to be alone. We might be disturbing him. Okay. All right. Usually, I have like a very specific mood, and I feed songs to that mood based on how I'm feeling. But right now, I don't know. Think Nancy can't understand. Get it from some of them ask me where we get it from. Bum, bum. Baby,
Anything that I want, I can get it for you. Know
what was on? Ah. Hurt me, baby. Hey, what's up, They Walk? Shout outs to you. They Walk, they playing games with me, man. They playing games with me. I don't know how you got notified or if you did, but I've been on here for 17 minutes. Let's say nothing. I was trying to get hype, listen to some music before the stream started. That's kind of what you see in the back right there. How are you doing today? How was your day? How was Monday for you? Oh, you got the notification. Did you just get it or did you get it like 17 minutes ago? Just curious. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have an assignment to like watch a movie or something. And I tried, and I want to give you an update if that's the same person. Baby. Okay, 17. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but glad you guys made it in. I was I was trying to, standard stuff. Start the stream at I think I had it at 9:15 Eastern Time. Uh Posted a good amount of content today, two shorts, and figured I tried to strategically do it, so I was hoping that didn't have a negative impact. It seemed like the short was doing well, but what I was trying to do was somebody that I told you a couple weeks ago I had met this streamer with like 50,000 subscribers, and what he said was, and I've seen it somewhere else, he said post a short right before you go live. So I did it like an hour and a half out, and then I scheduled the live just to see if there was like an impact. And ironically, there was someone who came on and commented and said, he goes, "See you at the live." I don't know who that is. I've never seen that person. So clearly that sparked that person to come, but they never ended up coming as of yet. Your birthday today? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What since it's your birthday, can you tell me what happy birthday song do you sing? Like what is it do you have like a traditional happy birthday song? I find birthday songs very funny when we get into this multicultural world, and people show up. You show up to somebody else's environment, and then they have their own birthday song, their own type. My favorite is Stevie Wonder's "Happy Birthday to You." Well, happy birthday. Were you the one who asked me about were you here the night that we were listening to music and we got into a talk and I was asked to watch this? Let me put it back up. I'm trying to learn how to say it, so forgive me. Forgive me. Look at my queries. How do you pronounce this? I'm so like I said, I love the. Okay, you weren't okay. Where are you from? Where are you from? I don't want to go down the rabbit hole if this is not even appealing to you. But I've had some folks from India come on multiple days, and we've had different conversations, and this keeps coming. This came up multiple times, and I actually tried to watch it today, and I have my reasoning as to why I have not completed it, because I was not warned properly. The trailer was enough for me, but now I gotta watch it but definitely there's a challenge there. And I wanted to talk about it if some folks came in. So this is what I've been doing an hour ago.
Durandhar.
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 Durandhar. I've been looking at this word and I can't say it. So I went and see if I could say it. So I'm gonna be okay. Uh-oh. Where's that flag? Uh-oh. I wanna guess. even though I am an American who loves other cultures, I'm not gonna say I'm super versed in knowing flags. Unless you win at the Olympics all the time, then that changes everything. What flag is that? I feel like I should be familiar with that flag. I'll look it up. Blue and yellow flag. Okay. You want me to pronounce? You must be tricking me. Is that Sweden? Oh, don't tell me that's Sweden. I love Sweden. Okay, I gotta make it to a website to teach me. Okay. Yeah, that is Sweden. What is that? How do you say that in the chat? Is that how you say Sweden? Is that Sweden in the chat? This is how I judge how familiar I've been lately with a certain country. Oh my God, am I off? Okay. I don't know why I feel like I must be off. I don't know what that. I don't know how to say it. You know what? I could just copy and paste that, and the internet will help me. My friend, the internet. Let's see what we got here. What is this? Okay. Sweden. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What's your favorite sport? That's not bad. $937. I'd go now. I'm afraid to travel, not just because of what's going on in the world, but I'm afraid to travel because I think it'll be pretty easy for me not to come back. I'm one of those people. I love culture. It takes time for me to get into something. Oh, you must be talking about real football. We've been having that debate. Real football. That's cool. Of course, the number one sport in the world. Uh I'm actually not. I respect it. I just didn't learn the game growing up, so I'm not really into it. I do celebrate when the World Cup happens. That's easy for us because that's like going to the bar. It's just like a hangout. It's a way to be overly aggressive. You know, it's not. You don't have to really be that into it as long as you're wearing the colors of the teams that are playing. At least from there are people who are super into it, but I've never felt bad. Yeah, the stream team. Mick the Pick has made it in. Mick the Pick, I don't know, man. Things a little sluggish to start. I came on with the most hype energy I've had. My children actually. So I'll give you I'll show you what we were doing actually. So I can't. Let me turn off the audio. So I came on stream, and because I have all this friction going on, I was like, you know what? I don't know how to say it, but I want to say Sandra Nyberg, but I see any in there, so it's tripping me out. But she's from Sweden. So I was in here on stream with this kind of energy. And we a short this evening in hopes that it would have some carryover into the stream. And I don't know yet. I don't feel like it has though. I always feel like YouTube, I get scared with posting too much content because the way I rationalize it is they know, oh, small streamer alert. This is what the algorithm is doing to me. Small streamer alert. Yeah, he shouldn't be posting too much. Oh no. Okay. Okay. No, I got it. Of course, I got a YouTube message. This man, they just love me, man. So I just feel like yeah, small streamer alert. He shouldn't post too much content. Make sure that you tamper with, if it's good, you make sure you know, he feels like, yeah, I got a message from them. I don't know. I probably was one of the songs I played. It's fine. As long as it's still going, I'm not seeing anything crazy. But yeah, so I don't know what to say to that, but I had two very successful shorts that I posted today, and you would think that with all this energy and carryover, um, that it would not be hard for them to, give your boy some more impressions. But it is what it is. We just got to keep going. So tonight, we'll just get into it and see if I'm getting another message. It just keeps saying heads up. Let me read this real quick. Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to get into kind of an observation on just friction. Um, the title of the stream is called "You Either Have the Tools or the Permission." The poll, we have 4 votes so far. The poll reads, "Which situation are you in right now?" I have ideas, need resources, 50%. I have resources and need opportunity. I got both, just executing and still figuring it out. So 50% so far, 2 folks. I have ideas and need resources. So I was just, I wanted to just hear around from people and to see what it's like, and if I'm off base as far as the things that I'm thinking about. I recorded a video, I want to say 6 or 7 months ago, and it was one of those monotone, like, hey, I'm here. Didn't really know what to say. What I know is the message was legit, and the message was more or less about the yin and the yang, and my exploration as to when you don't need people to accomplish something. You don't need any people to accomplish something. There's always still like there's a lot of times, I shouldn't say always, but it always feels like for me, it feels like there's like a barrier to accomplishing it. And a lot of times it points to having authority to accomplish this particular thing. And then on the flip side, when there's nothing blocking you, it's like, so say nothing is blocking you, but the dream is sometimes bigger, so you need resources. So that's usually the position that I'm in. I rewatched my video like a couple weeks ago, and it's just a thought that kind of stays with me, and I was feeling that way tonight. Ebbs and flows, so coming off of all this energy with all the success that we've had on YouTube, all the growth that you can kind of see on a day-to-day basis, and that's not going to necessarily sustain, right? So I felt a lot of friction. My life helps to add to the friction because I feel like I'm in environments where I'm usually underutilized. Like if every environment that I was in reflected what being on YouTube was, I'd be a rock star. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to this, there's no real like, granted, I'm not talking about whether you're successful at this or not. I'm saying no one is stopping me from posting 100 videos today, right? Like YouTube is not going to say you've posted too many videos and you can't do that. You know, most of that is not humanly possible. So they don't really have restrictions on that. And get this, I'm starting to realize that they're giving you way more than I've ever thought. If you are a creator and you found a place where you can put 10,000 videos, 20,000 videos for free, they should be charging for this service. They should be charging creators at this point. It sounds weird, but it might be a better service if they. How much is it worth? Would I pay $3 a month to post videos? Yeah, I pay $3 a month. It just seems weird that they're doing it for free, right? Because what I'm correlating is that there's this, the barrier isn't there, right? So this feels a little weird for me as opposed to the rest of my environment, where whether it's work, home life, these environments seem to like frequently have either barriers or lack of resources, and it helps me to go from being on the high of the high and then just go straight down. But today, how I dealt with it was in feedback in the chat. If you think I'm off base or if that's similar to, you know, if you see it similar or you want to share something about that, that's always welcome. But today, the way I dealt with it was I continued to repeat, just going through the motions and not listening to myself, right? Which is kind of adverse to what people tell you. You know, the generic sayings. We have a lot of generic sayings. You know, keep up the good work. What did the guy tell me a couple weeks ago? Keep it consistent. You know, you just got to be consistent. Yeah, it's night 49. I've kind of done that. I've been consistent. At this point, I could knock on YouTube's door and say, like, what y'all gonna do? Because I'm here. But yeah, there's a lot of generic sayings and a lot of the I wouldn't say healing advice, but the advice that builds stable character, a solid person and footing that I listen to, they say the exact opposite. They say don't listen to your thoughts. So it's interesting that we're in a world where people who are probably at the they seem to have the most peace and understanding and acceptance to their scenario and their situation. And they're of course going to be a small percentage of people, and their advice is contrary to like the standard advice. And I'm not even in the middle. I know that most of the generic advice is just that. It's generic. It's not for me. It's just not for me. I learned that in sports. It's you could playing hard and playing smart are different. And a lot of people who find their way to overcome scenarios, it's mainly because they're good at executing. It's luck. But anyone who's skilled, they understand why they're there. Um, another person that I listen to a lot. He was helping me to understand. He's a YouTuber. It wasn't personal to me, but he was focusing on a concept that I never really understood. So using versus utilizing, and he was talking about doing business with people that you don't necessarily bond with, like you ain't friends, you ain't brothers, and he was talking about uh, the maturity of a business person. When you're maturing as a business person, you understand how to utilize people. And in one way, it could sound bad, like if you're in the other room. But going back to what I'm talking about the topic, and having, you either have the idea or the tools, and sometimes you don't have the resources. The resources that you need may come from the people that you never wanted to work with. So what are you going to do then when you actually need the person that, like say you're at work and you're being managed by somebody who you don't trust, but the company put that person in charge. So if you're going to stay there, you kind of got to have to respect that person. And you're going to have to somewhat play the game. Free to leave, that's a choice, but utilizing people is very important. And I wouldn't say using people, because I'm not saying use people. And that's where I was stuck on, I'd say, for my whole life, because I've always wanted to partner. I think organically I've always understood I have good instincts about, what's missing. For me, what's always been missing is resources, right? Um, if you're not connected to certain things, you don't get into certain conversations. I give you this is just going off the top, right? There's no script here. I don't think there's ever been a script here. But there's usually more like going on, but I'm okay. So a friend, I shouldn't even say more than a friend. This person is more than a friend to me. So much so that I assumed that we weren't speaking for some time. I had somewhat of an issue with the person, but not in a way that would make us not be more than friends. It's just a little disappointment, but not so much that I needed to address it, because it is what it is, right? So something happened within the last month that made us cross paths, and it was a good, reunion. It felt good, and next thing you know, the following week I get a phone call, and it's about a business idea. Now, for me, the crazy thing is, give me his name, my man. You'll get him good. Let's call him Chuck, right? That's actually a nickname that I called him, which has nothing to do with his name. It's like an inside joke. So Chuck's, just for the record, I know you got the BJJ going. Chuck is a big guy, man. Chuck is about he's about 6'4", and if I had to say on the dad bod slash muscle side, he's probably 6'4". I give him 285. Uh, yeah. So Chuck calls me, and Chuck was inspired. He claims to be inspired. We saw each other again, and he's like, we had spoke about what I did for a living, so it must have clicked to him. One of the problems for me is I've been doing it for a long time, and we used to talk before, so you could Chuck must have been tuned out before. He didn't, he wasn't there yet. So he decided to present me a business idea, and I, on one hand, I absolutely love the idea, but what I had to make Chuck understand, and he'll be back because he wants to break through. His idea was too big for what he's connected to, right? And that's the sad part. Us guys, people, and guys, not men, but people, those of us who dream big and have big ideas, I'm not sure if it's just in you or it's something that you saw and you sought out. Me personally, I think it's in me. When I look at my father had big ideas. And when I say big, it's not about like, oh, we're gonna make millions or billions of dollars. It's just transformational ideas. Things that could change your scenario instantly. Today, I won't mention it, but today I had a really big idea. I can't, this one is fresh. This one is very fresh. Not the salmon that they got swimming in a circle. It's not that. This is a fresh one. Fresh caught. So we spoke through it, and I realized that he didn't get it. He didn't get what he was up against, because that light bulb, and it's good. It's good for people who are able to have the light bulb. Yeah, I know those eyes are for the idea. Yeah, I'll tell you offline, but man, I think I got it's not like a business idea. It's just something that I see very plausible in my future, and it's definitely connected to what I'm doing right now. So I was trying to explain to him about and I'm not gonna cite any sources here. I'm just gonna say my experience of being read and working with some startups, very small, nothing big. I've never done anything that I would classify as major, but I've always, as they say, kept my ear to the streets. And he didn't understand how hard it is to change people, government, legislation. He was coming from a place like people just have ideas all the time and they just move on them, and that's how things get done. And it's like, that's not exactly how things get done. Elon Musk is a person that when I speak or hear people commonly speak of him in my presence, not online, because I don't care for that part of it. They don't believe, I would say that a lot of people that I've engaged with, they don't believe that a person who's not in his position could have or match the magnitude of the ideas that he has. So there's something about, and I'm not going to take away the execution part of it, because obviously a lot of these people, they've executed on ideas, but when I really look at ideas, we all have great ideas. Every person that I've ever met has great ideas. Ideas are not something that it's almost, if you're breathing, you kind of have thoughts, and thoughts are where, this is the seed of ideas. Execution and how it fits the marketplace is absolutely, that's a different story. I could come up with sandals that work in the desert, the best sandals you've ever seen. Where am I selling it? How am I getting to this desert? Right? So what is that? What is the value of that at that point? So there's just so many layers. How do you get into a room of people to get investment, and you don't know anyone who actually has money? You've never been around people who have money. You didn't go to schools that have people, that have money. Hasher says, I was Conor McGregor before Conor McGregor. I'm sure you were, but were you Conor McGregor a great fighter, or was it the mouthpiece, the image? Because there's only one Conor McGregor, right? Just like there's only one Floyd Mayweather. But good comment, man. Let's keep it going. I don't think we've met before. I'm pretty interactive, and yeah, I know the meme pattern. I'm not I'm not that I'm not that dull. Yeah, no, I got you. And do you call that a meme pattern? Man, that thing's been around so long. Anyway, yeah, so my boy Chuck, he didn't understand that the way money is being made today, even the Elon Muskis let me jack his name up. Fight Night White House. How are we feeling about Fight Night White House? Oh, I don't know much about that. Let me look up what that is. But yeah, he didn't understand one, how hard it is to change people's minds about quality. Just you create a business. If it has to teach somebody something, that's a harder business to support than it is for something that people are already familiar with, right? Wow, didn't know that. Didn't know about this fight. Hey man, it's all a game. It's all a game. I just recently seen something about like how poorly the Dana White pays all the athletes. Um, yeah, I was talking Elon Muskis, right? He he even has to abide to governance, legislation, compliance, and he knows that when if if Tesla worked out the way he had planned Tesla to work out, I'm not even sure there would be four car companies at this point, because his idea was so huge, and the only thing that blocked him. So you have to think about why Tesla is somewhat of a failure. Even you see Tesla had a promise a long time ago. I'm talking. Let's see when they. Okay, I didn't know we were doing this. Uh, what would I say? start date. Okay, so I didn't want to be off. So 20 years ago, Tesla promised a car. I believe it was the Model S. They promised a car that could meet the price of the working man. And that car never really came. I would say it's closer to now when that car is realistic. They changed the game because people paid up the money. It was like a CSA. In a CSA, you give money up front. So I was recently in a CSA that doesn't exist. It was $950. So the moment that I handed over the $950, I got nothing at that point, because the way that CSA works is you give the money to support the farmers to grow the stuff. So now that they could just focus on the growing and they don't have to worry about losing money from stuff that they wouldn't be able to sell. So when the season comes, you now are able to reap the harvest. For that one, it was 25 straight weeks. And it's a mix between what they pick for you and then what you get to go pick yourself from all the different fields that align with the season. But you paid that money up front in the beginning. And that's what kind of changed with Tesla. I mean, if you're not driving a Tesla and you've had the privilege of, I don't even know if it's a privilege, of purchasing a car, you did not pay for that car up front, and then you get the car 2 years later. Well, that's what Elon Musk was able to do. So he has, they were able to fund the cars. So if the cars weren't the problem because they had funding, what was the problem? The problem is the pumps. We still don't have a national pump grid for electric pumps. So for years, they had to come up with, an app and it's all like, it's all third party. It's all people just trying to put things together. So it's not whether or not they make amazing vehicles. I can't feel comfortable driving that vehicle across the country. That's all this is based on. So he failed at being able to get the United States government to allow for national pumps. So you can't just do one state and then another state and then you miss 3 states. That's the complexity of America and how things are broken down. Oh, make the pick, man. If you look at the history of electric cars, this ain't even the first story. This ain't even the first go round with this. There was electric cars that were on the market. There was this one car where they sold the car and it was a high selling car, and then the company went and purchased them back from the people. It's a doc. It was on Netflix a couple years ago. They went and purchased the cars back from the people. That's how bad they did not want this technology to impact the petroleum industry. And that's what the pumps are about. That's what the lack of having the pumps are about. It's the petroleum industry. So as smart, as much respect as we give Elon Musk, he still was not able to succeed, and he had to find another way, right? Next thing you know, he's shooting arrows at trucks. So he had to find another way. He look at his he had the roof, they ended up buying a company that does batteries, but he had the roof and tiles. You don't hear about that stuff. So he has the resources to act on his ideas. He has the runway for failure. Some people, most people don't. But it doesn't mean that you should look at your ideas as any less, right? And if we understood that, we would have more respect for the things that, we get into. So, but identifying that you don't have the resources is important, because if you go around and you walk around super ignorant, that's not going to get the job done. Never going to get the job done that way. But that's all. We got 4 votes. Make the pick. I don't know what I did, man. I didn't choke anybody out that's doing impressions. But I don't know. Either way, I rocked out this live, and we should be. Oh, I think I know what it was. YouTube, man. It's my kids. That's what it was. Wow. Oh well. It was my kids. So what I no, it was Make the Pick. That message that popped up twice said something about being a minor, and I think there is there's a radio button that you click if your stuff is made for children or whatever, like based on who's appearing on the stream. Well, are you targeting children? It's like the Kids Act or whatever. It's interesting to me that I got like a prompt about something about minors. I don't know. It seems correlated, but that would make sense. They don't trust. I'm an untrustworthy person, so that would make sense. But I did want to get into just a discussion. I figured if some of my folks that's been coming in from India, they keep pointing at this film, not even this one, the new one. I just wanted to give an update and to say that I'm still going to watch this. So today I decided to turn it on. And when I turned it on, I was shocked. I can't, I have to watch it with English subtitles. I am not changing that audio, the closed caption, so that I'm not changing it so it has an English voice. I'm not doing that. And the movie is freaking 3 hours and 30 minutes. I was not warned about that. So I not only have to, this is the long haul just to get through this. I don't know the culture. So I'm going to be looking into it and rewinding, and but we're going to get through it. So I figured folks would be happy to see that I found this, and because I'm remedial at times, I've been trying to learn how to say
Dhurandhar. Dhurandhar.
it. Durandar.
Dhurandhar.
Durandar.
Dhurandhar.
Durandar.
Dhurandhar.
So I'm trying, man. I'm trying to give them what they want. No, but that was it. I just wanted to. So part 2 is out. This movie came. It says 3 hours and 34 minutes here. This movie came out in December. Part 2 is out now. So I don't know. Somebody didn't edit this movie down, because this is just not fair. This 3 hours and 34. The only movie that I remember that would come close, and you tell me if you have one, Mick, to pick. But I think Malcolm X is the only film that I would think would be even close to that. Look at that. 3 hours. This is longer than Malcolm X. Oh my God. One time, me and my mom, it took us 12 hours to watch Malcolm X. And that was with like commercial breaks. So, yeah, it was Duran. Oh, I gotta go back. Hold on.
Durandhar.
Durandar. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna take me. It's gonna take me some time, but I want to get through it. Um, you know, show love. It's. I already know. It's gonna be a little different for me. I have to be open minded about that, but I'm willing to do it. I love to see different cultures and their vantage point. I love when they don't Americanize things. So we'll see. But that's all, man. I don't want to hang on too long. I got something to go do. We did pretty good today on the content side, so we'll take the wins. I know you guys are pretty hard on me about not celebrating, but we'll take the wins. There was definitely some wins today. We are 45 subscribers away from the goal. It looks like 46. I don't know how the number stepped down, but we're 46 subscribers away from the goal. So, hey, we have an awesome week in a couple days. We'll be there, and then we'll start talking about 500 and what it looks like. I hopefully will have some good streams this week. And the stream team, you guys are more than welcome to come on, and we'll figure this out. Maybe work on some themes this week. I have one night where people come up and we kind of share like that. That'll be cool. I was thinking about that earlier. That'll be fire. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. If this were a couple weeks ago, I might have restarted the live, but I don't think it's necessary. I fought through it. I'm happy I did it. Make the pick. Thank you so much for showing up. Of course, don't be a sucker for love, man. Don't be a sucker for love. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Let me just play something before I get out of here. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
After 25 days of streaming every night, not only just chilling, but I'm outside. I'm outside, people. One take.